Welcome to IELTS. In today's video, we are going to learn about how we can jump from 5.5 to band 9 in task 1 in academic IELTS writing task 1. Alright, so let's get started. Here you can see we have a line chart. And in this line chart, the question says the graph below shows the average monthly change in the prices of three metals during 2030. Alright, we have three metals: gold, zirconium and silver. Now we are gonna learn how we can evaluate as an assessor if I have to score it. So what thing I have to look upon first. Okay, so the very first thing as an assessor, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna look at its organization. Okay, the whole pattern, the structure, how this person has structured its task on report. So let's see here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in this sample, there are 5 paragraphs. All right. Well, it is acceptable. You can write 5 paragraphs or maybe 6 paragraphs in task 1. But yeah, it depends on like the chart, okay, the illustration, what kind of information or the data has given. Based on that, we people decide that how many paragraphs we have to make. Okay, so total we have 5 paragraphs. Now let's see what is happening in the body paragraph. So if I would look at first body paragraph, so okay, zirconium's detail is mentioned here, right? And then we will go to another. So it's about silver. Okay, silver. Okay, its information is written here. And then in third, it's about gold prices. All right, that is acceptable. Now, let me see if this person has connected all these body paragraphs with its overall. It's very, very important, right? If your overall, your overview is not being connected with your body paragraphs, it means you are lacking in task achievement and coherence. Okay, so this is very, very important. Now, let's see what does it mean. So here you can see the band descriptor. Okay, IELTS writing task 1 band descriptor. And if we look at this information of band 7, so it's about cover the requirements of the task. A stands for here academic. Okay, so presents a clear overview of main trends, differences or stages. Okay, and it's about GT means general training, but we are talking about academic task 1, so we are gonna read this one. And if we look at this information in the context of coherence and cohesion, so it is written logically organizes information and ideas. There is clear progression throughout. So see, logically organize information and ideas. All right, there is a clear progression throughout. Read this line again and again. It's very, very important. Sometimes students feel that why they are not getting, good score in writing, though they have good grammar skills, they have good vocabulary skills, but they are not able to score high in task 1. What's the reason? So this is what the exact reason when we do not focus on coherence, cohesion and task achievement in our task 1. We have to be very, very careful here. If you read this one of band 8, covers all requirements of the task sufficiently, present highlights and illustrates key features, points clearly and appropriately, sequences information and ideas logically, okay, and manages all aspects of cohesion well, uses paragraphing sufficiently and appropriate. These things are very, very important. Now let's get back to our task. All right, so we are here. If we see here, so overall prices of all three metals increase throughout most months of the year, with zirconium showing the greatest price changes compared to the other two. All right, I mean the person has already given an overview, but he has combined all three metals in one sentence. Well, I would say that these three body paragraphs are not linked with this overall, properly linked with this overall, right? Now let's see how we gonna evaluate its vocabulary. So the very first word we have underlined with green line, it's increased. And here you can see again it has been repeated, and then again 3 times the same word, right? Then decreasing and decreases. Okay, if you are using one word twice, so it's sometimes it's acceptable. I mean, if you are not able to get the substitute or alternative word at the spot, then it's Fine. I mean, even here, you can see that decreasing has been used as a verb, and in this sentence, it has been used as a noun. So this person has used the same word but in different form, in verb and noun. So it is acceptable. Let's see another thing. Here you can see is stable. Then you are gonna get it again in second body paragraph and then again in third. 1, 2, 3. 3 times we got stable word, right? So again the repetition is happening, and this is what is heading you towards low band score in lexical resources, right? Okay. Apart from that, if we talk about grammatical part, so here you can see in this sentence, the person said zirconium was decreasing from. If you are writing a task 1 report, you don't have to use past progressive or past continuous or even present continuous, all right? Because here you are not mentioning that the thing was happening at that time. You have to mention as a simple past. All right. If instead of was we use kept here, so zirconium kept decreasing from the beginning of January, then I think it would sound more appropriate, right? So try to use past simple, present simple tenses instead of past progressive or present progressive sentences. I hope you now got why this person is lacking in task 1. It's not only about grammar part, it's not only about vocabulary part, it's also about coherence, okay? Task achievement. So I will say that this person who has written this, he has good knowledge of vocabulary, because except from all these mistakes which are in green color, underlined with green color, I would say that the person has tried very well. On the contrary, and unlike and to begin with, they are showing the cohesion, so that is fine, but coherence is quite low here, okay? It's missing, absolutely missing. Now how we are gonna make this task 1 report effective, let's see. So we are gonna write the introduction first. The line chart depicts how the average prices of gold, zirconium and silver changed each month in 2013. All right. So here what we have done, we have written each month instead of monthly. Okay. In the question it is written monthly and we paraphrased with each month. And the second thing, if you are able to get, that is the sentence structure. We have totally changed the sentence structure here. Okay. So this is about how plus x plus verb. If you are able to see that. So we have used this structure, how plus x plus verb. What does it mean? Here x means the information we are talking about, and how we can write how, and then we can write the information we are talking about, and then the verb, the action that is happening, and it could be in past or it could be in present. Okay. So like if you are able to see in the question, so the information in this structure, change in x. For example, monthly change in. Now x is what? The prices of. Okay, the prices of 3 metals. This is what the x means. Okay, so what we have done, we have changed this sentence formation in this way. So here, how the average prices of gold, and we try to use the name of these 3 things instead of writing 3 metals. As in this sample, it has written, we used gold, zirconium and silver, okay, the legends names, and we used each month. Okay, so now the structure, the whole question has been paraphrased very, very effectively. I hope you got this point, right? Okay, now the next thing what we are gonna do, the overall. We are gonna write an overview. So we will write here, overall, while zirconium experienced a considerable increase followed by a sharp decline, gold and the silver prices exhibited moderate fluctuations in the first half of the year. By the end of the period, silver, however, marked a late surge, outstripping its counterparts. Okay, so here you can see we have, if you compare this overall to this one, to this sample, you can easily get to know that here we have talked about the things very, very precisely. Okay, it is quite precise. What does it mean precise? Precise means that we have used the name of that thing we are talking about, and we also talked about what happened with that thing, okay, with the prices of that thing during the first half of the year. Now, this is what the strategy that you people can use. If you have a year, okay, and you want to talk about, if you have an illustration including a year and you are given months, like here we can read J, F, M, A. So J means January, F February, March, April, May. Okay, these letters are indicating the name of the months, okay, of the year. All right, so what you can do, you can split it into half. You can split the whole year into half. So here, January, February, March, April, May, June. From January to June, we will call it the first half of the year. And if we talk about this, July to December, so this is the second half of the year. All right. So what we are going to do, we are going to first split this, okay, into two halves, and then we will analyze. For example, the sentence we have written, while zirconium experienced a considerable increase followed by a sharp decline. If you see here, zirconium's prices increased by 6% in January. And then if we look at this information in June, it declined, and sharply it declined, right? It's a dramatic change, drastic change. So that is why we have used this trend, okay, this transformation in this sentence. All right. And if we talk about gold and silver prices, exhibited moderate fluctuations. So in the first half of the year means we are talking about all three things. So we have mentioned zirconium. Now we are going to talk about gold and silver. They exhibited moderate fluctuations, because we know that in overview we are not able to write by how much percentage it increased or decreased. So we just have to find the overall transformation. And here that's why we use that silver and gold, they both exhibited the fluctuation, moderate fluctuations, not the sharp or the dramatic like zirconium experienced. All right. And then we said by the end of the period. Here you can see that silver outraced both gold and zirconium here, right? So that's why we said that by the end of the year, silver, however, marked a late surge, outstripping its counterpart. Now the counterparts are gold and zirconium. Okay. All right. So this is what now our overall is. Now based on this overall, we are gonna write our body paragraphs. Okay. Now in our first body paragraph, what we have to do, we have to write a detailed information of this sentence, while to the year of the year. So we have to write information what happened during January to June with zirconium, gold and silver. Okay, I hope you got this point now, right? Now let's write our first body paragraph. Zirconium prices surged by 6% in January, surpassing the changes in gold 2% and silver 1%. However, this figure sharply dwindled to 1% by March and plummeted to -3% by June. In contrast, silver witnessed moderate variations, peaking at a 3% change in February before gradually declining to -1% in June. Gold prices followed a similar declining trend, ranging from 1% to 0.5%. Now you can see that this information, this body paragraph is totally showing the detailed information of this sentence, which we have already written in the overview. All right. Now we are going to write second body paragraph. Over the last 6 months, zirconium prices continued to decrease by approximately 1% before sharply rising towards the end of the year with a 1% increase. Conversely, gold prices remained relatively stable, hovering near 1% from July onwards, with a slight upturn in December. Silver prices sustained a marginal 0.5% decline until September and then surged by 2% in December, outpacing gold and zirconium prices. Right? So this is our second body paragraph. All right. And you can see that here we have used continued, remained, hovering, rising, and surge, outpacing, sustained, dwindle. So we try to use wide range of vocabulary here, and we also try to use variety of sentence structure. Now if you can see that the information that we have given in our body paragraph is totally showing, reflecting the detailed information of the sentences that we have already written in our overview, right? Now you can compare this sample to this one. All right, that's all for today. I believe that you liked this video. If you liked it, please don't forget to subscribe and share it with others. I always say that your feedback always motivates me. If you want me to cover more areas in Task 1 report, please let me know in the comments below.